Sitting at the intersection of time, space, reality, and fiction floats the yellow eye. Always watching, never blinking. His gaze has witnessed all that has happened before and knows what is yet to come. Countless stories of hope, hate, heroics, and heartbreak. It has no mouth by which to speak these lessons, so it calls upon its head clearer to decode these stories, by word and by deed. Heed the yellow eye's lessons as it gazes upon its servant, just as the eyeball gazes upon you. Our story has already begun.
Hello, my children, and welcome in. It's me, Alan the Yellow Eye, but tonight I'm the Dungeon Master, because it is time for D&D, a series of unfortunate decisions, episode 5. We're up to 5 now. So welcome in. I hope you all had a nice break between sessions. We're about to get this thing going. I forgot to turn those off. So, I forgot to turn those off. Yeah, let me fix that. Jeez. We were running a little behind and no, what are you doing? Don't do that. Everything is broken. That's what's happening here. Go to my dashboard. Go to this. Turn that off. There we go. Got it. Yes. Good. Okay. Jeez. We're good now. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring ourselves into our lovely players and make sure that they can hear us and we can hear them and everyone is happy. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what we just came into, but that was a hell of a noise.
Well timed.
Perfect. So, welcome in everybody. Welcome in players. Y'all ready to do this thing?
All ready for this.
Awesome.
My body.
Excellent. Before we get too deep into this, let's introduce everybody. Right below me, you see Nessa being played by the Rusty Panda. Below Nessa, down there is I Am Pingus playing Nate Doe. Over that way, I feel like I'm directing things on an airplane. On this exit, is Thorgrim Lightstone, played by Captain E-Rock, and under him would be the Meladin, goes by Mel, played by the illustrious Noah Hercules, and I'm gonna mess up the name purposely so he gets to correct me, but Wilvane Saverly.
No, that was fine.
Played by Danabo. The sound effects and things that you will hear tonight is going through Sirenscape, and our VTT for this evening is Fantasy Grounds Unity. So, check those out if you get a chance. And you can roll every skill that exists, just like that. All right. So where we left off yesterday, you all had returned to town after a harrowing adventure, and you brought back a large cart of ore and a chest of riches that you basically left on the front door of the council chambers, and then you all went about your merry ways to do various things. Nessa went to a tavern and did some singing and got some coin out of it. Wilvane made some tea and started to soak human faces in salt water. The dwarves went off to get a drink together, and Nate just went home because he just wants to go home. And so after that, the rest of your evening was pretty calm. And the next day comes around, as it tends to do, making it now the 12th of flock time. And this time of the year, people start getting a little bit, not excited, but basically, spring is really has really kind of completely gone underway. The fish really start to pick up this time of year, and everybody's been in high spirits, kind of around the camp, outside of the normal squabbles and things that just always happen. So you're awakened to the same sounds you're always waking up to. Essentially, boats, yells, and the sounds of fishermen getting ready to head out onto the sea and do all of their things. Y'all wake up, some of you with a little bit of a headache, some of you not. Nate, you woke up with a cat, or two cats staring at you, as per normal.
Yeah, that's kind of normal at this point.
All right. So what y'all doing? I mean, yeah. Anybody have any plans? Anything?
I need to make my way to the market, sell these 2 horses. Unless y'all can come up with a better use for horses than trading them in for gold.
Transportation.
I could use the horses.
What, you need more leather?
Yes.
He's gonna steal a horse's face.
I think there's better uses for beasts of burden than trying to enlarge your Necronomicon.
It's not ready yet. How do you know?
Well, call it a wild guess.
So that's where Will Vane was headed from last session. He was headed to the leather workers.
Okay. Yeah.
Kester's Leather Goods.
Yes. Kester's Leather Goods. All right, so you're making way to Kester's. You, Mel, are headed to... Well, so the only market that's currently open, the weekly market is the big one, which only happens about once a week, average, on every star day. And today is not star day, so the weekly market isn't there. But there is the market across on the south side of the bay, the green market, which is kind of your standard for other things that isn't, fish, salt, nautical wares, etc.
Then I'll make way down to the green market with the 2 horses.
Okay. All right. All right. What about the rest of you?
Well, I woke up late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I I find that I'm a little disoriented on where I am and how I got there, since I spent the last night in a crate, in a cage, a barred behind bars.
Yes.
Yes. So, but my plan is to help run this inn that I've become
Okay.
fond of. And so I want to look around the inn and kind of see its ins and outs. No pun intended. Total pun intended.
Yep, exactly. Even if it wasn't, it was. So
exactly.
Yeah. So the snapping line itself is actually it's really good size, and it's probably the most popular because of its size and being that it's kind of the locals' favorite, because it's kind of centrally located. It's right next to the council chamber, so after council meetings, people go across. Just go right next door to have a drink. Hana, which is the human who runs the place. And everyone seems to get along with her. This is all things that you kind of, learned. And amazing. She was just amazing on. She just never missed a beat. Her stamina running from place to place, serving food, serving drinks, helping out with a joke or whatever, just all night. The place isn't highfalutin in any way, shape, or form. There's a couple of people who are face down on tables still, and even Hana herself seems to. She just looks like she's just curled up on top of the bar.
Yeah. So I want to. Maybe, I don't know, talk to Hana maybe, wake her up.
Okay.
Make small talk to see
Red.
if she has any jobs available.
She opens just one eye. And, Red, is it... And she kind of, just with one eye still open, sees some of the light spilling through the windows. Oh, it's just morning, huh?
Yes.
Well, don't mind me. You can, whatever. And she just kind of closes her eyes and tucks back into her arm that she was using as a pillow.
So then I guess I'm gonna go find food since I've got coin now.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And she settles in.
Okay. So yeah, that's my next. I don't know where there's food. The market you said, yeah.
Well, yeah. So there's a market on. If you step outside, well, first off, you know that the tavern has food because they were serving it last night, so they have some sort of kitchen or something inside of it. But if you leave, as soon as you walk out the front door of the tavern, is the snapping line, you can see essentially across the water on the other side a small market that's kind of just there's a bit of commotion there. There's some people coming around. You can hear some barkers over that direction.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably head that way and try to both make some coin and spend some coin.
Gotcha. All right, so you're gonna head that way.
Yep.
All right, Nate, are you just staying at the house? Knowing
I'll just
you.
stay at the house.
All right.
Relax after, having a big day is.
Okay, Thorgrim.
Yeah, I know Thorgrim's been staying at the inn after our adventures, but I don't know which one. Like, is there...
So the wicker goat has been the ones that the dwarves have spent, like the dwarves from the kingdom, that enclave. That's where they've been spending the majority of their time.
Okay. Yeah, they have inns there, inn rooms
Yep.
there. So I'd imagine I'd have been staying there then. Yeah.
So
makes
that's
sense.
actually so the Wicker Goat is actually a bigger inn, but it's more catered towards migrants. It's basically the one closest to the front gate of Saltmarsh. So it has more rooms, and while it does serve drinks and things like that, it's not as focused on that as some of the other ones in town. But there's plenty of rooms, and that's why a lot of the dwarves hang out there.
So Thorgrim's rustled himself together. He had a rough day. Our previous adventure was pretty rough, and just kind of collecting himself. And he's gonna work his way into town and head toward. He wants to head toward the fishmonger area so he can see if he can get himself a fishing pole.
Okay. All right. Simple enough. All right. Okay. So with all that, Wilvain, you make your way to the tannery, and you definitely smell it way before you get there. It is a little bit away from the rest of the town. Its closest neighbor being the Hool Watch Tower, which is essentially where the guard barracks and things are kind of located. As you kind of it looks like there's people already working by the time.
Okay. Wilvain has been dragging a bucket full of salty faces across the town.
Across the town. So, not a lot of people have paid you a lot of mind, specifically because most were heading to the docks for their work for the day. So all the laborers and fishermen were basically not even concerned about you and what you were doing. And so you didn't really meet much of anybody that stopped you or anything on your way there.
Okay, no guards or anything?
No.
Okay, he will approach the first person he sees working some hide at the tannery.
Okay, so there is a woman that has essentially you can tell that she's been doing a lot of physical labor, most if not all her life. She's got very toned muscles, and you can see her basically currently stretching a piece of hide across a wooden frame.
Wilvain will tap her on the back then. Hello?
She turns around and then doesn't see anybody, and then turns completely around and looks down. Oh, hi, hello. Yes, can I help you?
I have a job for you.
Oh, you do? Oh, really? What kind of job?
You see this? And he
That's
points.
a bucket. Yeah.
I've preserved this skin, and I would like you to make it into a sheet of leather for me.
What kind of skin?
Animal skin. Specifically faces.
Faces.
Yes.
Well, I don't know who you talked to before about anything leather, but generally you want to work with like something much larger than a face.
I will be using this to make a cover of a book.
Oh, okay. So
it doesn't need to be large.
I see. Okay. I mean, that's not something I've done before, and that does sound kind of interesting. However, well, what is that? Is that, you got it brining right now? Is that what that is?
I assume this is how it is preserved.
Well, I mean, yes, but, normally you just stick it in salt so it dries out first. But, it's...
This is why I came to you.
Yeah, I see that. Well, can you just pull out one and let me see what it is?
Of course.
And he
holds it up.
Oh, great Procon, save me with your tried and true. What the hell is that?
It's a face. Why has nobody seen a face here? We've all got
one. No, you don't understand. That's a human face.
Yes, average size creature.
You don't seem to understand, honey. We don't tan people here.
Why not?
Because it's vile and disgusting. How did you even come by these faces? Do I want to know?
This dagger.
Wait.
They were on people.
I think I've heard of you. Are you one of them adventurers that helped with those bandits around town and got back with that big load of ore for them dwarves?
Yes, these are their faces.
Who's the dwarves' faces?
No, the bandits.
Oh, so okay. So you kept them as a trophy or something?
Yes, consider it a trophy.
I'm all about tanning almost anything. Matter of fact, if you ever go out on one of your adventures and you find something of a hide of a very interesting creature, I would for sure really like to purchase it from you. But I don't know if I feel comfortable.
Can I make you feel comfortable?
Wait.
I don't believe you.
How much do you usually charge for trophy making?
Well, no taxidermies, so we don't worry so much about. Most don't come in here for skin. They want leather so they can turn it into a shield or perhaps a saddle
or a book.
On occasion, yes, but again, not a face of a person.
So, what is the usual price for a book?
Listen, I can see you ain't gonna take no for an answer. So I tell you what. I'm gonna give one of my apprentices the job of making whatever it is that you want them to make. And they will make it to the best of their ability. And you can work out with them what price you want to charge for his work.
Well, there are 15 faces in there, so you can attempt many times.
15?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Oh, Lord.
Does the guard knows about this?
No, the guard didn't know what a face was either. It was very odd, this town.
No, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Timmy! And she kind of yells, and this real scrawny kind of whip of a boy kind of comes running up, just already sweating. His hands are scarred, and yeah. this customer here has a special request, and I've decided that I'm gonna let you do it. But really, you never let me do anything. Well, this is a special request, and it's just all for you. And I don't want to know anything about it. You work with this customer and all alone, and I know nothing about it. Do you understand? But what if I know nothing about it? But if I have questions, I know nothing about it. And with that last bit, she just like lowers her head and looks up at him, giving him quite a vicious stare. Okay, ma'am. All right. Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Very good, Timmy. Come this way. And Wilvain will just lead him off.
Okay.
Away from the rest of the people.
Okay. Timmy follows.
So, Timmy, I'm going to give you 2 gold pieces before you even start the job.
Okay.
You have 15 total skins here. I expect you to do this to the best of your ability, and you will be paid much more handsomely after. Do not tell the lady about our payment arrangement, and you shall earn even more.
Oh, okay. She's told me already she didn't want me telling her nothing about this, so I'm for it, but I don't even know what I'm making yet. What do you want me to make it?
I just need these skins turned into leather.
Just into leather? You just need me to stretch them and scrape them? And then that's it? Or
for now, Timmy, let's see how you do with that.
Oh, all right. Can I see it? The hide that I'm going to be using?
It's right here.
He kind of takes a look and goes, Are those faces?
Oh, you recognize faces. Very good, Timmy.
Yeah, you want me to... I think that lady's trying to get rid of me. I think she's trying to get rid of me, but you know what? She ain't gonna get rid of me. She told me I was a terrible tanner, but I told her I was gonna learn no matter how long it took. And she said she'll see how long I last. And you know what? Mister, I'm gonna make you the best leather out of a human face that anybody's ever seen. I'ma do it just for you and to show that lady in there that I'm not a what's that word? Nincompoop. That's what she called me that one time. I'm not one of them. And
I was going to say idiot, but that's fine too.
She probably said that once at least, or maybe even twice, but that's not the point. You give me that bucket right now. I'm gonna go start. Listen, I'm gonna let you know it's gonna take at least. Why do you have them in water?
I assume that's how you preserve them.
No, we gotta. Okay, so it's gonna take a few days in the salt in order to absorb all the water out of it. So we got at least a couple of days there. I've never worked with that before. I've worked with smaller pieces, so that's not a problem. But it's new, so I'm gonna do what I can with all of it. And if I do it all, we'll talk more about it, because I'm gonna make so much money, and Miss Kester's gonna have to keep me on.
Take your time, Timmy. There'll be many more faces.
Oh, all right. I don't know if I should be worried about that, to be honest, but I'm gonna take this bucket, and if just give me some days. I can't promise you nothing, but I'm gonna do my best. But you did say something about some gold.
Hey, you'll slide him 2 gold coins. There you go, Timmy.
Like on the ground, or?
Just out of his pocket.
Just hands. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's gold. Okay.
Many more to come.
Yes. All right. Cool. Yeah. Bye. I'm gonna get to work. I mean, thank you very much for your custom, sir.
Very
and he
good.
kind of like he's trying to decide whether or not he should leave. Okay, I'm gonna get to work, and he just kind of walks off.
Say goodbye to Anders for me.
Who?
Chris.
Wolverine leaves.
Okay. He just kind of shrugs and goes back to doing what he's doing. All right. So with that, Mel, you happen to see the Bard coming down the road, headed towards the same market. You kind of run into each other on the street. Both of you obviously recognizing each other since you spent, half a day traveling together yesterday. And Mel has 2 horses with him, and both seem to be going the same direction.
Ah, Noosa. It was Noosa, right? I'm terrible with names.
It's Nessa.
Oh, my apologies, Nessa. Meladin. He offers up a hand and realizes that he quickly grabbed the reins of these horses again. I'm heading down to the market if you would care to join me. I don't know what else to do with these big old horses. There's food down there.
Yeah, I'm heading for food. I definitely had a long night, so I am ready for some food. So I'd happily walk with you.
Oh, well, excellent. Care minding one of these horses for me? I'm a small dwarf, and these horses are rather large. And I kind of just offer up one of the reins to the horse for her to walk with.
I will do that.
Thank you so much. So, how did you end up in that cell anyway? Seemed kind of strange to find a bard and behind bars.
Yeah, I was kind of just walking, minding my own business when I got swooped, and I didn't know what was happening or what to do, and I kind of just woke up a little bludgeoned, a little bruised. Yeah, I was just kind of getting to a new territory here in Saltmarsh and trying to make a living for myself.
Well, welcome in. Here's hoping that the bruises don't last, but since I've been here, I've collected my fair share, and he points at his head and his shoulder and kind of the side that you can't see on. I've gotten a few since yesterday. Just be careful of that little gnome. He's got a sense about things.
Yeah, I'm not too afraid of much, but I do have my ears perked when it comes to things like that.
Well, indeed. Do you happen to know how much a draft horse will cost? I can't say I've ever owned horses before.
I'd say it's a pretty penny, seeing as it's a horse and, well, people need them.
Especially in this town, I've seen quite a few workhorses. Well, here's hoping I can get a good offer at the market. Wouldn't know what to ask when I get down there anyway.
Yeah, if you need any help talking with them, I can surely assist you. I don't want them to get one over on you. No pun intended. Pun intended.
Oh, please. I'd happily split the monies with you on this one. As far as I'm concerned, these horses ain't exactly mine. I mean, there was, 5 of us involved in this whole escapade? So they're kind of our horses, not necessarily my horses, but
yeah,
I've kind of been taking liberty on this one.
I'll happily split some coin with you. I'm surprised we didn't end up getting anything from the barrel of ore and jewels and stuff. I thought I was going to see some of that, but I guess it just disappeared.
Huh. I thought all of that just belonged to the town.
Yeah, of course. That's what I meant. I just thought that maybe the town would be great. Not that we would steal it. I wouldn't steal it. I was just saying that the town would pay us to have it back. That's what I was saying.
Don't you mind any coins you pick up. The town's happy to get whatever they get. Me and Thorgrim ended up with a few gems out of that chest of gold and whatnot on the way in. It's kind of been covering our drinking and lodging. So it's the least the town could do for us, you know? Not that I'm taking a lot from them, but here we are, hungry and such.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, normally I sing for my dinner, but this will be a nice change of pace for a minute.
Oh, I'm honestly kind of happy to be out of the mines for a little while. Been aggravating a few dwarves the last time I was down there, and I think one of them threatened to hit me over the head with a rock if I showed up for a week or two, so... But honestly...
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know what's worse, the dwarves and their rocks, or adventuring with this group. I've almost died a few times. But I guess that's no change from the mines, so...
I'm glad you've been adventuring with the group. That means that you found me.
Fair enough. Well, glad to make your acquaintance, Nissa.
Nissa?
My apologies. I'm not used to dealing with human names.
Understood. So where do we sell these?
If memory serves, there was a standard style market. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember seeing a stall and some fish and people trading coin in this direction, and it kind of points toward the green market. That's where I'm headed, so maybe one of the fisher people will need these horses.
Excellent.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, as you during your conversation, you've continued to walk, and you finally have made your way to this open stretch of land where there's a bunch of rickety stalls that have been, they look like they're probably first come first serve. They're just people have quickly set up their individual shops in this particular spot. So there is, you can see a couple of goats. There looks to be a halfling couple that has a bunch of vegetables and things like that laid out, including some glass jars of something green inside of it. Hard to tell from this distance. There's another stall where they are selling fresh chicken, and by fresh they mean it's still alive, and eggs as well. And that is the majority of it. It looks to be there's a stall of them selling some plants and things that look like they came out of the nearby bog.
Is there a stall that seems to be open, or?
I mean, they're all like open, but they're still setting things up. But they're willing to do business.
Allow me to rephrase. Is there a stall with nobody in it trying to sell stuff? Because that's what I want to set up to try to sell the horses.
Yeah. So yeah, there is an open one. Yes.
I'll make my way towards that and tie the horses off to whatever that I could tie horses off to, whether it be a post or the stall itself, or I don't even know, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to get used to horses.
So you tie it off to the thing. That's fine. A lot of people just kind of look at you as you bring these two horses up. Just seems a little bit odd to them, I guess. The way they're kind of side-eyeing you.
I will also pull out the normal non-enchanted hammer that I have and place it on the stall as well. Horses for sale! Horses here! Get yourself a warhammer while you're here! And I'll kind of hang out and stretch out a little bit, trying to get my back straightened out.
I gotcha.
Still cramped up from the night before and falling on my face and whatnot.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay. So initially, it doesn't seem like you've got too many people interested. There's not a lot of activity right at this very moment as it is, but it seems most are more interested in the foodstuffs than your horses at this moment. Yeah.
I can go ahead and maybe try some of my magic.
Magic.
Well, not magic, just my personal magic, my my songs. So I just yell outside and go, "Horses here, do not fear. Come buy a horse from us, of course. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. So horses here, do not fear. Come buy a horse from us, of course."
Oh yeah, give me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Okay. Persuasion. Just double. Look it.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay, and then do it again?
Yep.
Okay.
So in the future, all right. So the 19 is if you didn't move it around underneath your chat window, there is a button that says ADV on it.
Okay.
That is advantage. All you got to do is click it and then do your roll, and it'll automatically do the advantage for you.
Okie doke.
All right. So you're 19. Yeah. So with that, you actually start getting. You actually have quite a few people that actually come over, and start as like, what kind of horses are these? And they start looking them over. Are they strong?
Yes, sir. They pulled a cart of ore back into town just yesterday. Figure they're draft horses.
Or, wait, did these belong to the mine?
These belong to some dead bandits. I wouldn't know who they belong to at this point. The bandits are dead.
So if you don't know who they belong to, how are you selling them?
They belong to us.
But he just said...
They belong to us. Now, would you like to buy a horse, a strong horse, or would you like to move along?
Do they come in a pair?
They can come. We would like them to come in a pair. You can get a better deal that way.
And how much for both?
How much are you willing to pay?
See, I know these games. You used horse salesmen all use the same tactics. You try to get me to say what my price is just so you can undercut it and say something about how you can't feed your family or something like that. It's always the same.
Family?
Yes, I have no family here.
I'm a sterile dwarf. I'm incapable of having children.
Oh.
We're simply here to sell some horses to you, the lucky owner of these brand new horses, at a price that you name for fairness sake. What would you like these horses at?
And he, well, let me get a good look at him. And he starts to kind of take his time. He's patting on them, rubbing them down. He looks underneath, rubs their underside, walks around back, lifts up the tail, drops it, comes around, looks at the other side, and then he finally reaches up and opens up the lips a little bit, looks at the teeth, and then he does basically the same thing around the second horse. And the horses don't seem to mind it so much. They're fairly calm about the whole situation. And after he gets done with the whole thing, he says, "You know what? These are well behaved. Look like they're very broke in. Strong. I can feel the muscle underneath their coat. Probably could do a little bit of cleaning, but that's not that big of a deal. I won't even make you clean them for me. I tell you what, I'll give you 70 gold for both."
Ooh.
For both? Yeah. Can I pull Mel aside for a minute?
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
Yes.
I'll follow right along.
I mean, I don't know what a horse sells for. I'm totally BSing this guy. So I think that 70 gold is totally fine.
No, you and me both. I was going to take any reasonable offer that he gave me.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so I think that 70 gold will do just fine since you've been so calm with us this whole time. And you've been incredibly understanding. We appreciate you. And we think that we can settle on 70 gold.
Excellent. Very good. And he reaches in and unties his belt pouch and opens it up and then comes over to the table and starts counting out the coins. He puts 5 platinum and then 20 gold pieces on the table and ties his purse back up, and I'll trust that it's all there for you, yes?
Mel picks it up. Yeah, no, this is good. Thank you, sir. Pleasure doing business with you.
Indeed. And he grabs them, takes both of them, and hands them off to someone who was standing next to him. This says, "Bring those back over. I believe we have a new set of workhorses for our lord. Yes. Just get them nice and cleaned up before we present them to him." Indeed. Well, have a good rest of your day, and if you've come across any other horses, seek me out. My name is Alabaster, and well, let's just say I am a man who appreciates fine animals and fine, strong animals.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Indeed. Adieu. And with that, he turns and walks off into the crowd.
Well,
there isn't much of a crowd, but there's still some people milling around. So that's going to be 5 silver or 5 platinum and 20 gold.
I'll pocket 3 of the platinum and pass over. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to do the math. The platinum's throwing me off here.
It's 10 gold per platinum.
I gotcha. I'll end up passing over 3 of the platinum pieces to Nessa, plus 5 of the gold pieces.
Okay.
Just even split.
35, yeah. So 35 gold for each of you. Got it.
Yep. Appreciate you. Thank you so much on that one.
Yeah.
We've been accused of stealing horses, if not. Fuck.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta sell it to them right to the face. You just gotta make them believe that they're getting the best possible deal and that they're the ones that are being appreciated. Not that I'm a swindler. I'm just saying. This is just things that I've picked up. I have to live. Don't worry about it.
You know better than I in such a case. I spent more time in the mine. I'm not a negotiator. I'm a student. Now to get this secondary warhammer I've been carrying around sold. This I could probably sell myself, actually.
So are you still holding on to the money, or did you put it in your pouch?
I had given her half, and then my portion I had already slammed in my pouch right quick.
So when you put your hand in there to drop the coins off, you feel something like parchment.
What the? I put the gold pieces in there and pull out the parchment. What the is this?
Yeah, so it's kind of folded up and just sitting there inside your belt pouch.
I pull it out, unfold it, and attempt to read it.
So when you attempt to read it, it just looks like random letters and numbers. The only thing that you can actually make out on it is in the corner, it says it's cold.
Wait a minute. That's right. I remember where I got this. I totally forgot that I put... Forgetful as I am, I'll be damned. I show Nessa. Do you happen to know how to read coded things? Or weird... I don't even know what this is. This is a language.
Interesting. While I'm good at puzzles, at first look, this is quite jarring. There's many type of puzzles. There's substitution puzzles. There's change letters, but there's letters and numbers, and I'm not quite sure where to even start. We might need some sort of decoder.
Interesting. Well, we can deal with this after we're done with our shopping and whatnot, and I'll fold it back up and tuck it back into my gold purse, or whatever what we're calling it. Tuck it back into the leather bag.
Okay.
Warhammer for sale! Excellent dwarven craftsmanship right here!
Alright, so while you're continuing to do that, Nate, do you bother to leave or anything? Are you doing anything at all today? I mean, are you going to eat food, anything?
Yeah, I'm assuming I have stuff to make food at my house.
Yes, you do have some, it's not like you're swimming in cash and you have all the money in the world, but yeah, you do have some barley and other types of grain and things.
Yeah, I'll make myself some breakfast, and then I might just head to the cemetery to do normal work.
Okay.
If it's,
yeah,
doesn't seem like we're going to go on another adventure.
Got it. All right, so you're just going to go to work at the, and then work in the library at night after working with him, Crag, the groundskeeper.
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. So that leaves Thorgrim.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past.
Gotcha. But are you homebound? You going to Nate's house? What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about picking up a fishing pole, but it didn't have to be right now.
Well, because I knew you were headed that direction. I just didn't know if anything distracted you or you decided to
on my
do
way. I
something
thought,
else.
maybe I'd stop by there, see what's going on.
Okay.
It's kind of on the way, right?
Yeah. So, as you actually head towards the fishmonger's, the smell of fish is always stronger there than anywhere else in town. And as you get closer, you really kind of start to understand why when you see just all this fish essentially being covered in salt, drying it out and getting it for transportation. And you actually see quite a bit of workers that are taking out some of the dried fish and getting them bundled up and ready for transportation.
Okay, so I'm I'm at the fishmonger area
Yes.
then.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Is there like anybody that looks of import around hanging out?
Not really. Almost everybody who's there is either salting fish or checking on the smokers to see how if the fish is done being smoked, or in some like loading it onto carts. Just it all seems to be like laborers and fishmongers, people who sell fish.
Is this like like mass quantities selling off?
Yeah, so this is the place. This is the place at the end of the day when all the fishing ships come back into port. They all unload their fish here, and they start to get processed before they get pushed inland to the rest of the kingdom.
You over there? I'd like to buy a fish.
Why are you asking me?
Where can I go to buy a fish if you don't have such ability to do so?
This is a fishing town. You can buy fish anywhere. Hell, you can go out there and catch your own if you want to. Well, not right now. The boats are gone, but you know what I mean.
Where would I buy a fishing pole from?
I don't know. Probably the bait and tackle shop. I don't know. I'm busy.
I see that. Carry on.
I already was. And he's like, just goes back to doing, tying up the tails of these salted fish.
I want to kind of walk away from him and then just yell back at him, "Hey!
I'm ignoring you! And
Have a good day!"
You have a day you deserve!
All right.
And he continues on his work.
All right. So, yeah. So I'm gonna head over to the fish and tackle shop.
Okay. Yeah. So a fishing pole. You do find a shop that seems to deal. Most of the businesses that are down there in the wharf area are catered towards the fishing boats. So you see a lot of, rope makers and net makers and folks that are shaping cork and other things, large harpoons. Not a lot of small single person like fishing gear. But after a little bit of time, and you do find a small little shop run by a tiny little hobbit man. Hobbit. I keep calling them hobbits. Halfling. Hashtag not trademark words. A halfling. Quite up there in age. And he's like, wait, hello, Sir Dwarf. How may I help you?
Greetings, sir. I'm looking for a fishing pole and some line and maybe some lures.
Oh, well, you have come to the right place, haven't you? Well, so
yes, I have.
You have indeed. Oh, I love meeting a new face. It makes me so giddy. It's very few around here understand the joy of fishing, to just be there with nature, the fight, the man versus beast.
Well, yes, that.
Yes, that.
Do you catch many beasts with the poles from the shop?
I have caught many a beast. I'll have you know, one bigger than I.
Oh, you do say.
I would show you.
Say?
I couldn't show you because my arms are far too short, but it was very large. You've never seen something so big.
Wow, that's quite the you're saying things. That's quite that thing.
Indeed.
What can I get? A pole and some line and some. What kind of lures you got that are good for the fish in this waters?
What do you really wish to catch? What is your goal?
I really just want to know what's going on in this town.
Oh, well, this is a fishing town, as I'm sure you could tell by the fishing boats and the nets and the stench of fish at all times.
Right, and I think I want to learn the way of the life here. So maybe I should also fish. Just a nice bowl.
I see now. You are a man of purpose. You are a man who knows not only who he is, but wants to become something more than what he is. I see this, and I know this. I may have something special for you.
Really?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I've not found anyone that has reunited my love for the art of fishing. The way you have coming upon this place.
Indeed.
Wait.
How long have you been fishing?
Oh. It really depends on what you mean by long. But that doesn't matter. The bottom line is that you will wait here, and I will return.
Okay.
And with that, he kind of gives you a sly wink and then flips around.
All right.
And walks through a couple of curtains in the back. And while you're back there, you hear a lot of shuffling. Things kind of falling over. You may have actually heard either a cat scream. It wasn't quite sure what that other noise was. A goat. There, something that sounded like something that sounded like a bunch of pans hitting the floor. And then he returns holding this rather unassuming looking piece of fishing gear. It just looks like a plain thin wooden fishing pole. There is nothing more than a line tied to the tip of it, about 7 foot long, with a single fly that has been tied to it. And the fly itself is this kind of this greenish gold looking piece of metal with feathers and various stuff kind of around it. This is Tallulah. And he looks at you expectantly, like he's expecting some sort of reaction to...
The Tallulah?
Oh, there is no the, it's just Tallulah.
Oh.
There may be more out there, I don't know for sure. But this Tallulah is mine. This is the very pole that I caught that fish that was larger than I. I fought that fish day and night for 3 days before I brought it in. And I want you to have this. But because this is my pride and joy, I couldn't give it to you for any less than, say, 20 gold.
$20 gold for Tallulah.
20 for Tallulah. It's quite this way to say it. I like it. But please understand, you're getting Well, you're getting this one opportunity. I've never done this before. That is, sell my prize pole to someone else. Obviously, it wouldn't be right here in my hand if I had.
It's a nice pole you have there.
It is. It is.
What was your name, young halfling?
I don't believe I gave it.
Oh. Okay. That sounds like, I don't believe you did either. I just need a normal pole. Tallulah looks great and all, but 20's a little steep. I'm not after the biggest fish. I'm after the relaxation and the mind ease of the sea breeze.
I was mistaken. A plebeian. You're a plebeian. Yes. Let me here. I will. And he turns and walks back through. You can just hear him kind of muttering and you kind of hear something kind of sound like a stick being thrown onto a pile of other sticks. And then he comes back. I was like, yes. If that's all you wish, then here is our standard. We actually have a spool on this one for you to keep extra line, since it seems that you will be fishing off of either the docks or something like that, I assume. Sure, why not? It is 2 gold. Please take it.
All right, I'll give him 2 gold for the pole. Is there a lure on it as well, or do I need lures?
Oh, you want a lure now too? Well, yes, yeah. Of course. If you want a lure now, we have an assortment. And he kind of points to a board behind him where there's like a bunch of different colored lures.
It is springish time or whatever the month and year stuff here. Yep. It's kind of growing season. I think a nice chartreuse would do well. Would you agree? Is that the color we're looking for to
Fish
lure
don't
them in?
see color. It's dark in the ocean. It's more for your personal preference.
Well, I'll take a couple of this blue one here and this one.
And, okay, so 2. That'd be it's 5 silver each, so just 1 gold for the both.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like we have a deal.
Excellent. You go out and relax.
I will. Thank you, halfling.
Indeed. Enjoy. Tell your friends.
The great halfling is here and has Tallulah.
Indeed. Goodbye.
Keeper of Tallulah, I bid you farewell.
Indeed. Goodbye. Have a great day. Don't ever come back here.
Have a good one. Bye now.
Yes, you said that.
I'll just leave. And just as I'm leaving out the door, have a good day.
That's all you hear. All right. So, pretty much the first half of the day has been kind of taken up by your business. Mel, nobody really seems interested in buying your Warhammer, but one did suggest that you go sell it, you could try to sell it to the blacksmith, because maybe they could, sell it or something like that. Especially since, it's the dwarven hammer, or the dwarven anvil, that maybe they'll take your dwarven hammer. So that's something that's suggested to you.
I'll take them up on it and head up to the blacksmith to see if I can't negotiate with them a sale price.
So when you get there, they're kind of like it looks like they deal with a lot of weapons, making their own, and also buying second hand. And they have a pretty, I won't say strict, and it's a Warhammer.
Yes.
Yeah. So for a standard Warhammer, they will buy it back, for 7 gold.
I'll take it. I'll take it. One less thing for me to have to worry about.
Okay. Yeah, so they take that off your hands. And then they immediately take it and put it into a rack that says 15 gold or 15 gold above it.
Oh, they need to make their money too.
All right. So what's everybody doing now?
Looking for a good lunch at this point. If it's about midday, you said.
Yeah, I mean, is this all you're just gonna? Are you all just not doing anything else other than kind of shopping and all that? Is that what we're doing now?
I just went to catch a fish. That's all.
Okay.
Out on the dock, see if I pick up anything out there.
I got you. All right.
At this point, I'm also keeping an eye out for anyone else I might recognize, and inviting Nessa out to lunch at the bar I've been passing out at for the last couple of nights.
All right, so you take her up to the Wicker Goat?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And I'll just be
You're working
up to the cemetery, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the rest of the day pretty much goes by. Will Vane, what are you doing? I don't think I asked you.
He's at the cat's house.
Okay. He's at the cat's house just chilling, drinking his tea and
Is the cat
whatnot.
there?
No, cat is not there actually. The
And Nate's not there.
the cat, yeah, no, Nate's not there either.
Yeah, he'll walk around the town looking for the cat.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well.
all right. So you seem to remember that for some reason, you don't quite remember any of the details, but you definitely remember that Nate goes and hangs out with the dead people in the dead people place.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you know that's on the east side of town.
Maybe there'll be more faces.
I swear to God, if you start digging up corpses to find faces, I'm leaving.
If they're not buried yet.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right.
Wolverine will go and investigate the cemetery and find Nate.
All right. So, Nate, you've been spending part of your day, you've been basically taking a scythe to some of the taller grasses around the edge of the cemetery. And once you were done with that, you were put on digging detail, and you had been steadily working on a hole. We're just going to call it what it is. You started working on a grave, and as you were digging, the cat has been nearby, sitting on a tombstone, intently watching the hole. And you digging it.
Is that unusual? What does he usually do when I'm working?
Normally, whenever you're doing any kind of digging or and it seems he's less vocal and growly towards you during the day if you're doing something. But he seems most interested when you are in the library and working with the books and reading some of the passages and things like that. The closest the cat's ever been to friendly towards you is when you were reading books on earlier when you learned about the house up on the hill.
I'll just try and ignore the cat's death glare and hope that I'm not digging my own grave.
Okay, perfect. All right. So as you're digging, you see a familiar gnome come walking into the cemetery. Looking around. And off in the distance, about towards the middle from the entrance, you see the cat sitting on a tombstone and a very nate-shaped human digging a hole.
Hello?
Hey, Lane.
I was talking to your master. Hello, familiar. Just looking around. What's this hole for?
A dead body, usually.
Interesting.
It's usually what you do with dead people instead of, cutting off their face and leaving them to rot where they lie.
You dig a hole for them? Why do they need holes?
Bury them. It's, a ceremony that you do with dead people so they, have a grave and people can go and visit them.
Why not just leave them in the forest?
Because usually people don't like the thought of their loved ones being, snacked on by a bear.
The trees will eat them. Yeah?
Do you have carnivorous trees where you're from? That kind of explains
it takes a while,
lot.
But eventually, yes.
I mean, usually we dig them a hole and, put them in the hole, and we have a little marker so you can go and pray for them or talk to them or whatever, depending on your gods that you worship. Everybody does something a little bit different, but there's graves all around and there's flowers for their loved ones that died. And
Nate, do you often talk to dead people?
No, I can't say I do.
Where are these corpses?
Buried in their graves.
The one you're going to put in this hole, where is it?
I don't know if I want to tell you. I also don't know. But if I did, I would not tell you. You could ask the, Craig, my boss.
No, I think I will.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Yes. See you back at the master's house.
See you there.
Yeah, we'll head off to the big building next to it.
So as you're walking around, as you head towards the you're headed toward the mausoleum? Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah, it's a pretty much real easy to tell. He's a very large half-orc. Definitely been in the sun a lot. Muscles, though. He looks like a person that has dug a lot of graves in their lifetime. How tall is he? He's about estimating about 7 foot.
Hello? Up there!
What?
Down here!
What? What's up? What's going on? What do you need?
The cat whisperer told me to come see you.
For?
He says you may have, corpses?
Look around you. Got a whole field of them.
Fresh ones.
Why?
Reasons?
No.
No what?
Not gonna have you defiling any kind of corpses on my watch.
Define defile.
Anything other than putting them in the ground and letting them rest.
Letting them rot in the ground.
That's how you want to look at it.
So you're defiling corpses. Would you not prefer to preserve them?
No reason. People live, people die. People born, people live, people die. It's a circle. And who am I to break that circle?
So what does it matter to you what you do with them?
Because they were still people.
Not anymore.
Well, maybe some believe that, but they're still people.
No. Tell me, do you talk to the dead people?
Sometimes I gotta. I'm like the only one here most of the time. And I honestly don't like talking to Nate because, well, you got that cat, and that cat scares me something.
Nobody really likes talking to Nate. Understandable. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be at the cat's house.
Oh.
And he hands him one of the precious stones.
One of the actual ones that you collected, not the ones off the beach?
No, the ones that are worth like...
The 10 gold ones?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks at it and... I will, And he kind of gets in a hush whisper. You ain't happen to be friends with that necromancer that owned that house up on the hill, are you?
Tell me more?
There's a house, a little bit of ways. Everyone says it's haunted. Necromancer used to live there, did all sorts of crazy experiments.
In which direction?
Well, I mean, anyone can tell you, but if you make your way towards the mine, you'll see it. It's hard to miss.
Well, you say that, but, never mind.
Okay.
Thank you for your information, and,
Indeed.
think about what you're doing with these, valuable assets.
Okay.
Okay.
And he quickly, like, he doesn't take his eyes off of you, and he kind of tucks the gem, the semi-precious stone into his pocket, and just watches you.
Yeah, Wilvena walk off.
Okay.
About 20 feet away, he'll turn back and, have the day you deserve.
You as well. You as
I
well.
think that's what they say around here. Yeah.
All right.
He's heading back to the master's house.
Okay. All right. And so is there any other actual, like, any big plans or anything going on with the rest of you?
I was just going to try to catch a fish and head back to Nate's.
Yes. Yeah, give me, all I need from you is an animal handling check.
Oh, all right. Oops. What did I just do?
I don't know.
Why is the stat is changing? When I accidentally clicked the stat thing next to the skill.
So all skills. So skills can use any. Can use any of them, but there's always like a default.
Yeah.
That it uses. So by default, it's for animal handling, I believe, is wisdom.
Okay, because whatever it was, I changed it. What do I double click on to make that go?
The little button, or the little die that's right next to the skill.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
It just changed to a hand, and it was weird.
Got it. All right. So with a 13. All right, and give me a strength check.
All right. It's here.
So you do actually catch a fish, and as you're trying to get it pulled in to the shore, right before you can kind of grab it and pull it up, it snaps the line.
Oh.
Taking your lure with it.
All right. Oh, the lure lost the lure. All right, so we got another one. I just kind of like throw my hands up, grab my stuff, and just head over to Nate's.
Okay. Yeah, and so you've had some nibbles, but that was the closest one that you had.
Stardew fishing over here.
Yeah, but that was the closest that you got. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break because it is now 8. So we're going to go take our break. We'll be back in about 15-ish minutes. You all go take whatever break it is that you need to take, tinkle, whatever. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Have the day you deserve. No,
have the break you deserve.
have the break you deserve.
And
That's
we're
right.
back. Everyone is here, kind of, sort of, almost. We're getting there.
It's been about that 15-minute part, so. But yeah. All right, welcome back, Cotter, whatever his name was, that guy. Right. So. You guys were doing some stuff around the town, right? Got into some shenanigans with the town folk and did some talking and got some business taken care of. With that, do you have like any other plans for the rest of the day, or?
I was actually going to try to find my way over to Erlander, the town guard captain.
Okay.
See if he's come across anything like the strange note that I have. I want to know if he's come across anything like this before from the local. Just pick his brain over the whole thing, you know?
Gotcha.
He might have seen something.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just his office, where he spends the majority of his day, is in the Hool's Watch Tower. So you make your way up that way towards the tower, and his office is open. Nobody, a couple of guards kind of look at you, but none of them seem too concerned about your presence there.
I asked the guards, "Hey, is the captain around? I'm curious about something that I found most recently."
He's in his office, but he's not in a good mood.
Well, business is business when it comes to safety of the town, so if it's all the same to you gentlemen, and I just start making my way towards his office.
Yeah, they don't stop at all.
Alright, cool. I knock on his door kind of gentle like, excuse me, sir.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, hi, and I kind of just lean in partially, showing my face. I've come across something recently on my last expedition, taking care of some of the bandits for the town.
Yes, you brought back the ore. I heard all about it. What?
I found this strange note that seems to be encrypted or coded or something. It was on I can only assume it was the leader of their encampment. Do you happen to know anything about the bandit code around here? And I show him the strange note.
Let me see that. And he reaches out for it and grabs it, and then he comes over and opens up a drawer on his desk and takes out a pair of reading glasses that he flips open and puts on. Yes, this seems familiar, but when I was fighting in the wars, I learned a thing or two about cryptography, and while there are many different ones, this could be a simple replacement cipher, could be a rotation cipher, hard to tell. It may take someone smarter than me some time to fully figure out what it means, but this in the corner, it's cold. It doesn't seem to be encrypted because we can read it. I wonder if it's some sort of clue. But that would be stupid, because who would put the answer on the sheet? Forget I said anything. That was a ridiculous thing to say. It's some sort of cipher, that is correct. But I am not the one that could break it for you.
Do you happen to know anyone that could? I don't want to trouble you too terribly much this evening.
I would have no idea, to be honest. But if you do find someone, let me know. I need to keep my eye on them.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you and your time. I'll let you get back to what you're doing, and I'll slink back out. I'll slink back out the door. Just gently click the door shut.
All right.
And I'll make my way back down to the cat's house.
Okay. So everybody, I think, except for Nessa, has made their way that way. So Nessa, what are you doing right
now? Well, I have plans to kind of go back to the snapping line.
Okay.
And kind of stand my ground as a commoner, somebody who's been is frequent enough that it's not awkward that I'm there.
Okay.
And also I would like to make more money.
Okay, so it's not quite evening time, so the place is still pretty empty right now.
Okay.
It's about mid-afternoon. We're probably a good couple of hours before anything happens. So you're gonna just hang out at least for a little while?
Yeah,
do some cleaning or whatever it is that you want to do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Simple enough. All right. So about this time, that's when everybody minus Nessa find themselves back at Nate's house. Nate, you were basically not let go, but you were left to go home early because Craig had something else to do and wasn't going to be going to the library. So after you got done digging the grave, he let you off for the rest of the day. And that seemed to annoy the cat whenever he said that you wouldn't be going to the library.
Great. Now I'm going to have to pay for that later.
As I hit Nate's house, I'll still be reading the note kind of open. Hey, Nate, you've worked at the library, right? You're good with human words. And
I guess. I know a word or two.
I'm not so good with the...
human words. Sorry.
He's a dwarf who's used to ruins.
I got it. I know. It was a funny statement.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I'll show him the strange note. I found this off that bandit captain that almost killed me back there yesterday. You know how to decipher this?
It says it's cold. And we were thinking those bandits might have something to do with the dog brothel. I wonder if that just means we're far away from the dog brothel. And that it's cold. It will say it's hot once we get there. Like a game of you're hot and you're cold, you know? Getting warmer.
Fair enough. I'm just wondering what the rest of this jumble means.
Either that or we need to chuck it in a fire or, heat it up because the paper's cold.
I don't think setting fire to it's the answer per se.
Am I there? Or
Yeah, you're there. Yeah. So everybody is there except for Nessa.
Okay.
Because none of you are good friends and told Nessa where the hangout spot was.
Have we tried putting it in an ice box?
Icebox. Oh.
That's cool. Maybe we'll warm it up. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Either make it colder or make it warmer.
Let's not set it on fire, though, maybe.
Well, yeah, but put it closer to a fire so it's warmer. Let a tea kettle sit on it or something.
Everybody who is currently kind of looking at this thing and trying to figure stuff out, give me an intelligence check.
I was almost 19.
Oh.
Oops.
Okay. So, Will Vane, you for sure know that this is a normal piece of parchment, so probably putting it into any kind of fire will just destroy it, and will not reveal any kind of anything. It'll just destroy it. There's nothing to it. The second thing is that you seem to remember a simple type of cipher in which they do the common alphabet with the common numerals directly after it, and then would pick a random number and rotate in order to code the message, and in order to decode the message you would have to rotate back that same number of spaces. And this looks very similar to that.
And the 9 and the 3?
Well, like I said, it's the 26 letters of the common alphabet immediately with the numbers going all the way from hold on, I gotta double check before I say this. Yeah, going from starting at 0 and going to 9. So they just basically tack that on to the end of it. And normally they use an 18 for that. But that's all you can really remember.
I think we should set fire to it.
I still like setting fire to it, but
Yeah, heating it up maybe, but actually setting it on fire, we only have one copy.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
That was a joke. It's paper. Where is the cage lady?
I haven't seen her. I have not seen her today.
So you rescued a cage lady and then let her wander off in the streets.
She's probably fine.
Well, we were at the market this morning, did lunch, lost track of her somewhere between the tavern and talking with Erlander. Not sure what happened after that.
Perhaps someone should find her?
Perhaps. Do y'all know where our cage lady would be hiding? I didn't see her at the bar I was drinking at, so I don't know.
Probably at another bar.
There are other
Would be
bars.
my guess. Bards. Bards love their drink and, stuff.
I'll fold the strange note back up and stuff it back into my coin purse. All right. I guess we'll go to another bar.
So, yeah, Nate.
Right.
Nate is absolutely aware of the other two main drinking establishments since he was kind of born and raised here. You all have seen them. The one that's right next to the council hall, which you've all seen multiple times being to the council hall. And then the other one is on the south side of the bay, the Empty Net, which is kind of a seedy place. And it's a very seedy place, we'll put it that way.
Well, I think we should try that bar next to the council building. I've seen drunk people come out of there a few times.
That's usually what bars are for. But, I mean, why are we looking for her? We saved her. Do we really want to bring her into our shenanigans? Should we just, let her be happy?
Oh,
live a normal life?
Normal? No, I think that we should drag her into this, since we did kind of drag her out of a cage, so to speak. Not that there was any dragging involved.
Back into a bigger one. There's always a bigger cage.
Do you think she has any skills that would be helpful for us?
Got a big chest. I mean,
she's an awful good singer. I kind of give the whole thing a shrug, and well, if we don't necessarily want to drag her back into whatever malarkey we're into,
maybe we should make sure she's okay. You said you worked with her today?
I did. Yeah, we were able to sell those 2 horses that we had come across.
Oh, man.
Well, those probably would have been useful later for something.
Honestly, they probably will have run off sometime between now and the next time we had gone into some malarkey.
No, that's fair enough.
Because the way that I felt was that I've nearly died half a dozen times since I met all of you folks. So I don't think those horses would have fared much more better than he just starts rubbing the big bruise he still has on his arm. I don't want those horses to get hurt because of us.
Fair enough.
But we should go. We should find somebody that can help us decipher this cipher. Because I'm actually kind of curious on who this bandit is doing business with. If he's stealing ore from dwarves, I figured Marvin would want to know why he's stealing ore from dwarves. That's just hard to say. Oh.
Like dwarves that no longer have a mother or father? Orphan dwarves? It's a shame they have to grow up without a mother or father.
Fair enough.
Are we sure it's not just some math nerd's note? Could you have just been doing trigonometry or something like a nerd?
I don't know. The bandit captain didn't necessarily seem like the nerdy type. I don't know. He could have been a LARPer. Who knows? But if nothing else, I don't know. This conversation is starting to confuse me. I need a drink.
All right, well, let's go find Nessa.
Find who? Sorry about that. Must have blacked out for a second. And then
The cage lady wanted us to find.
Oh, about this note.
Yeah,
What
maybe
voice?
she'd have an idea.
Will Vane will explain what the voice in his head told him. Which I can't remember because my wife was interrupting me.
No, it's fine. So the voice in your head basically told you that you remember it about the letters in the common alphabet, followed by the common numbers going from 0 to 9, and a rotation that goes between them, which normally is 18.
So like 18 backwards? Is that something you need to figure out? Is
That you just remember 18 is normal.
Okay. Yeah, Will Vane will explain that to the rest of the...
So it is a math nerd's homework.
Yes. Should be quite simple to work out. Give me some time.
As long as you don't burn it, I'll hand the note over to him.
Will Vane will make a tiny flame appear. In his fingers.
Okay.
I'll pull out my water skin and just immediately douse the strange note in water.
Well, now the note's wet.
Don't burn it.
It wasn't a real flame.
It might be for the best if it were burned. So I don't. You can hold on to it.
So the ink starts to run,
Oh no.
Out of a...
and so yeah, it's still legible, but is slowly becoming illegible.
You said you could decipher this thing. Get a good look at it and see if you can't get it work before this water ruins the ink. Don't burn it, please.
It's very late, and that's a lot of brain power.
Do you have any tar and feathers? Maybe we can just give it the whole works here.
To the cage lady.
I'll take back the note and kind of hold it flat out, see if I can't keep the ink from running too terribly. I got like my thumbs over it so it won't blow in the wind, but alright, let's go find us the cage lady.
Wait, hold on. Just so I understand, are you trying to hold the letters onto the paper?
No, not like hold. I'm not trying to hold the letters, but I've got like this whole thing like in my palms, like face up, with my thumbs over the so it doesn't blow away in the wind.
Okay, so you're holding the paper so it doesn't blow it the way. The way you said it, the way I understood that you said it was like you were afraid the letters were going to blow away in the wind. And that just blew my mind for a second. Okay, we're good.
Words are hard. So I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to verify. All right, got it.
Words in the wind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, where are you going with this?
To the only other bar that I know, which is next to the council building, which is next to the Marden Shrine, which I know very distinctly where it's at because it's a happy place.
Also, Will Vane, do you not have prestidigitation?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just curious.
What the fuck is prestidigitation?
Anyway. It's a spell. Anyway, all right, so you're running through the town holding a piece of... So, hold on, we have to do this visually. Everyone needs to see, essentially, you're running through the town with a piece of paper like this. Just running. Paper flapping up and down in the wind.
I'm trying to keep it from flapping too terribly as I go. But yeah,
got it. Okay,
basically.
so you're running through the. What is everyone else doing during this time?
Staying as far away from him as possible, pretending I'm not with him.
Okay, but are you still going with them? Or are you what are you doing?
Walking far behind, or maybe I'm.
You don't have to walk too far.
Ahead.
He's running as fast as he can, which isn't super fast, but still, he's running as fast as he can.
Yeah, then I'm just walking at a normal pace, like a normal person.
I gotcha. Yeah. You start to hear some noises outside Nessa. There seems to be some sort of commotion happening. You're hearing a somewhat familiar voice yell, "Make way!" And some shouts just outside.
Okay, well, I definitely want to go ahead and check what's going on out there.
So when you walk outside, the first thing you see is everyone's kind of looking in one direction down the street, and as you follow their gaze, you see Mel with a piece of parchment or something in his hand, running as fast as his little legs can take him, just running towards you.
Are you okay?
The note was gonna set it on fire, and the ink is running. We need to get this thing ciphered soon.
Oh, the note? It's cold note?
Yes.
Well, I'm good at puzzles, but I don't know how good I can be at this.
The note was saying something about a replacement cipher, and I'm not good with human letters. Maybe somebody in the bar? I don't know.
Let me look at that note again. Yeah, definitely something replaced. But the numbers are really throwing me off.
You were saying something that was part of the replacement something. I don't know.
Yes, I'm curious. What do you know about it so far?
It's melting.
The ink is running, and something about a replacement cipher.
Okay. So what is the number? What is being replaced? Like the number 9. What is it replaced with?
I can't even tell what a 9 is on this sheet. I know the dwarven glyph for it, but not the human letter for it.
So if you're fluent in the language, i.e., if you could speak the language, you can read the letters. So you know what they are. Maybe not what this says in particular, but you are.
I don't know.
You are literate.
I guess, I mean, who's good at puzzles? Or I'm not from here, so I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could be of more help. I could go into the bar and make an announcement and offer up gold for anyone who could solve this.
Let's do that. I've got a few gold pieces to throw up as well.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do that quickly. Does anyone have a utensil that we could write this with? So maybe write it down on something other than what it's already written on?
I don't know. Nobody in the bar seems to have any. Well, actually, Hannah does have an ink pot and a quill in the back. She doesn't know if she has any, like, blank parchment or anything that can be used.
I have an ounce of ink, an ink pen, and 10 sheets of parchment.
What are you standing there for? Right.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and give me a dex check.
That is going to be great. close.
Not terrible.
All right. So you are able to get some of it. There was more that was starting to fade out, but you were able to actually get quite a bit of this copied down. And matter of fact, give me a wisdom perception check real quick. Oh yeah. So you were actually able to make out even the words that started to fade to be almost intelligible. You were actually able to figure out, or at least make out what they should probably be based on the ink blotch shape, which essentially makes it so you could get almost a perfect copy back again.
Excellent. Good job.
I try.
The old one is completely useless now.
Let's burn it.
As good as time as any.
And when I see it's cold, I feel like that's the answer to the riddle. So whatever the instructions are, it's telling you that it's cold. That's how I saw it. But I could be completely wrong.
I'm assuming there's like a fireplace or something, and
yeah, there's a fireplace in the tavern. Yes. Now it's middle of spring, so it's not lit.
I'll put the paper in there and then go and get a candle or something. And
yeah, there's candles all over the place. So yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah. So you're trying to set the wet note on fire. Is that the one that you're setting on fire?
Yep.
Okay. It takes a while because it is still very damp. But you are able to kind of burn the edge just a little bit as it dried out slowly. It seems like if you really want this to burn, you're going to have to wait for it to dry out. At least a little bit.
Well,
Good.
All right. What was Vane, or sir? What is the information that you gave that you knew? Because I was not privy to this conversation when it happened. Can I just be filled in? Can you just fill me in?
The what?
As what you know about decoding this letter.
The voice tells you again in your head. Well, that it's usually all the common letters followed by the numbers 0 through 9 all squished together, and then there's a certain number of letters and numbers that basically get counted to decode or to code and then decode by going backwards. Usually the number used is 18.
I think we need to set fire to it. Nobody laughs at my jokes.
No, don't let him set fire to it, please.
Yes, no fire. I agree with the no fire. I don't think that's going to help us any.
Mulvane will explain the code.
Okay.
And I believe it's usually 18. Not sure if it's shifting which way, or if it's a 0. Is this a Q?
So, for instance, if it's 18 and we're going A through Z and then 0 through 9, then we would start R. We would start.
Be an A?
R would be an A because it would be 18 and then 18 from R. Wait, hold on. I thought I had this, but I got it.
out of character, and y'all have the internet at your fingertips right now.
Oh.
There's probably some sort of thing out there to do it for you.
I was
in the interest of saving time.
It just doesn't make. All right.
A few moments later.
Y'all worked very hard on it. It all works really hard on it. You made most of your rolls. I'm gonna go ahead. T, boss wants you to lay low for 2 to 3 weeks. We have some goodies working for the council. Bring the cart to the house. N.
Okay.
Man.
Wait, say that again.
T, boss wants you to lay low for 2 to 3 weeks. We have some goodies working for the council. Bring the cart to the house. N.
I think, are we the goodies?
No, working for the council. Are you working for the council?
Well, we were.
At one point, kind of.
I don't think we are anymore. I think that might be a bridge burn.
Because
Well,
that to me sounds like it might be somebody. Boss wants you to lay low for 2 weeks. We have some goodies working for the council, which means that they might also be on the council and that might be bad. Is that
They might have some clerks working for the council. So there's an inside man in the town working for the bandits. That's what I get from this.
I think I know the house.
Is it the cat's house?
No, it's the house on the hill.
The Necromancer's Brothel?
Yes, the dog brothel.
So this is a ticket to the dog brothel. I was right.
Yes.
I knew it.
I was never properly filled in on the dog brothel situation.
It's
Why
not.
don't you work there?
I
Oh
don't.
my god!
Interesting.
Okay.
I think I need to give this information to Erlander. If the bandits are working for... If there's bandits working in the council, I think Erlander would want to know about this. He was inquiring about all this.
I mean, it doesn't really say that there's bandits potentially working for the council. It just says that council sent goodies to stop them, so
I think we're
lay
the
low.
goodies.
I don't think they're the goodies.
No.
Oh no, we're definitely not the goody two shoes of this town.
But
I
they may
mean,
think we are.
we're goodies to bandits. Since we were sent to stop them, that makes us goodies and not,
I don't think they're talking about us. If I were a bandit, I would have somebody working on the council as well.
It's probably best not to tell the guard
That's what I believe as well.
about the dog brothel.
There's no dog brothel. Like, where is this information coming from?
You'll see.
I keep telling you, it is a euphemism. Brothels are for the dogs and dog-like behavior.
Oh. Alright. I'm with y'all.
So
I'm not.
Look at the brain on Mel.
So I don't know what I'm going to do on this one. At this point, steam is blowing out of Mel's ears. I need a drink after all this one. We're still at the bar, right?
Yeah, you're still in the snapping line.
Pilgrim, you want an ale while I'm going to the bar?
It's possible, but I'm intrigued by this note and what could come next. Do we know?
So Hana
do we know
hears
what house this would be? Yeah.
Hana hears this. By the way, you mentioned that, and starts to pour a couple out and place them on the bar next to you.
Oh, all right. Well, here we are then.
Excellent. I slammed the one. Just quick slam. I think you're right. We should get this figured out more than anything, but this will cool the head more than anything else. I still think that we need to tell Erlander about this, because he says that if there's anybody in this town that can decipher this, or knew how to decipher this, hell. He's gonna think the worst of us now. Fuck. Maybe it is a bad idea that we go to Erlander. He'll think we're bandits.
We could tell him what we found, and maybe he'd send a crew out to the necromancer's brothel.
We are the crew.
Oh, yeah, damn it. We probably would be, wouldn't we?
Honestly, you make a good point.
So we're a crew now?
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
So
there's... What do we know about this necromancer crypt? What do you know anything about this, Nate?
I've heard the rumors that there's this creepy house on the hill on the way to the mine, and people say it used to be some, like, alchemist or necromancer, and he ran a brothel or something.
Quick reminder, while you were working in the library, you did come across that there was an alchemist. You found recorded documentation that an alchemist owned that place. At least, there might all that other stuff may be true, but you know for sure that an alchemist owned the place.
And
An alchemist did own it at one point, too.
And the other rumor around town was something was ravishing through the town at night, going through trash and stuff. Dogs?
Probably a dog, yes.
Sounds like big dogs, though.
Clifford?
I don't know what that is.
It's a big red dog.
I think we should go. I think we should take some advice from Erlander and tell him what we've discovered about this note. He might know more about that abandoned building in current times more than the rumors. I looked to the barkeep. What do I owe you for those 2 drinks?
That's going to be 2 silver from each.
All
right.
I'll put up I'll just put up a gold piece. I might come back here at some point. Thanks for the drinks.
Well, you're welcome anytime with that kind of spending, honey. And she winks at you.
I give her a big old smile and a shake of my beard, and I make for the door.
You shake your... Explain to me how you're shaking your beard.
Mel's got just this one big braid down the center.
Mm-hmm.
So when he shakes it...
So you're shaking your head.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to... I didn't know if you grabbed it and were, like, wiggling it. I was trying to figure out exactly what you were doing. Got it. Okay.
No, don't do that.
So, Thorgrim, you've worked on the town guard. I'm concerned that...
I'm not sure that I work there anymore, but after the shenanigans at the office, I think I'm going to head to the mines for my next tour of duty.
Oh, fair enough. Based on what Erlander was telling me, I'm a little concerned about his reaction, and you might have a little bit better impression and viewed upon him. You mind joining me up to his office one more time?
What? I guess to find out more about what we already know? Or
Yeah, based on what we just found out about this letter, I don't want him to think that I'm some sort of bandit cutthroat doing all sorts of shenanigans and malarkey. I'm not the shenanigans malarkey, but, you know.
I'm not so sure he wants to see my face, to be honest.
I doubt he wants to see any of us.
Yeah, I'm not
Plus,
so
he
keen
probably
to
wouldn't
speak with Erlander myself, to be honest.
I guess I'll go alone on this one. If I don't come back, just assume I've been jailed. And Mel's gonna make his way to the door and just head to Erlander's office to let him know what he done to discovered.
Wait, okay. I'll follow you.
Most excellent, most excellent.
Okay, so with that, the evening has been upon you. So with all the running through town and spending a few hours essentially deciphering this letter, by the time you get there, Erlander has already left for the day.
Maybe we can catch it in the morning.
Sounds good.
Damn.
I don't know how much we should be telling him, but I'm here to kind of see how this plays out.
I
was just going to say, in my opinion, telling him that we have figured it out using some sort of code might make him think that we understand the bandit's language. Whereas if we say that we think we understand parts of it, and that what does he know of a certain situation occurring, then maybe we can get more information out of him rather than saying that we've solved it. That's just my input.
An additional thought as I think about it, if we inform Erlander that there might be moles or goody-goodies in the council might get wind of it. Maybe we should just go investigate that. Maybe we should go investigate that alchemy office or abandoned building or what have you on our own and see if we can't get to the bottom of this ourselves.
I agree.
Don't want the town to get the wrong idea about us, as it were. I think they already have the wrong idea about us, but let's try to improve upon that. Is my thoughts.
I agree. I think that we should get some shut-eye and then go and hit this in the morning.
All right. What about the rest of you? Any additional plans for the evening?
I think I'm just going to go back. I think I'm going to go back to
the snapping line
bar next to the bar next to the council building. Okay. And continue to drink there.
Gotcha. Everybody else?
I'm heading back to the snapping line as well. Not so much to follow Mel. I'm going to go off in my own direction, really, and continue to talk up Hannah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Would I know, like, any old people who might, like, have actually known that alchemist?
So, from the dates on the paperwork that you found, this was a while ago. You're talking, that house has been there for, over 200 years. It wasn't until, not too long ago before it was completely abandoned. So, that alchemist owned it way before anybody that was born and raised in this town was around for.
Let's see. I'll ask the cat if he can find my boss. He has a good sniffer. He might be able to do it.
Okay. So you're
probably won't. But
you're asking the cat to go find. When you say boss, do you mean who I think you mean?
Craig.
Okay.
Or whatever
Craig.
his name is.
Okay, you want him to go find Craig. All right. That's cool. That's fine. Kind of looks at you, sniffs the air, turns around, shows you the entirety of his butthole, and hops out the window.
I guess that's a no. Actually, that's probably a yes and cat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll go try and follow him, see if my boss knows anything about the old alchemist necromancy brothel.
So, as evening kind of closes in, we got Nate running around chasing after a cat. We got Mel drinking. We got Nessa talking up Hana, looking for work and or singing or whatever that she's doing.
Relations.
Wilvane, yes, Wilvane.
Wilvane will follow the cat, but
Okay, so you're also following the cat. Got it. Perfect. So y'all have your evening plans. We will discuss them a little more later on, but we're gonna call it a night right here. This is a good spot to stop. Y'all deciphered the.
Did we?
I mean, your characters did.
Okay.
Y'all didn't, but the characters did.
I had a Google
words are hard.
description cipher that actually got the right stuff right as you told us.
Right as
I only had like the first line typed up, but I was like, hey, this is actually like real letters.
Yeah, this actually makes sense. Yeah. Oh man, I was hoping that maybe you would just like throw it into something on the internet and have it automatically decrypt it for you. Like that's what I was expecting. So I didn't like I wasn't going, and then y'all just did, and I'm like, all right, you're trying to figure it out. That's cool. I really expected internet to be used. So that's what
I was failing miserably. It didn't help that the first result came up with a Caesar cipher instead.
Yeah,
and
Thorgrim doesn't know what the internet is.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't figure out how to use the cipher that I was given. Not either of them.
Gotcha.
I tried. I got all kinds of letters happening and stuff.
Oh,
I know.
man.
I had every letter written out. Yep, that's what I had. I had every letter written out. What was next to it? I tried.
It's fine. You figured it out. That's the important part. And it seems like it also clicked a few other things that many of you have heard and or, it's piqued your interest at other points in time. It all seems to be coming together and pointing in one single direction. It's amazing how that happens. So I think we're gonna call it right here. We'll talk about everything else offline, and then we'll go from there. If you don't know my players, well, right below me you got Nessa. That's the Rusty Panda. You can go over and give her a follow here on the Twitch. And then also, actually, is it 2 A's here too? I thought it was just on Twitter.
It's 2 A's.
Oh, well, I gotta go put another A on the other thing. Okay, my bad. And then over there is Captain Me Rock. He is also a streamer. You can find him during the week doing fun things, variety streaming, and being awesome, and his beard gets cooler every time I see him, but it's getting too hot, so he's probably going to shave it. Down in the corner, over there, that's Wilvane, played by Danabo. He is mostly political stuff. So
I'm excited to finally get to the dog brothel next week.
Are you? We've been waiting weeks for the dog brothel.
The euphemism, Wilvane.
All right, so... but you can also give Danabo a follow if you like politics stuff. And he shook his head because apparently he thinks nobody likes it, even though that's what he does. But... and then, not last but not last, both together, whatever. We got over there, that's No Hercules. And then down there, we have I Am Pinkus. Mel does do some streaming. You've been doing some real life stuff here lately with your CDL stuff, haven't you?
I have. I've been trying to do a few hours a day with the live stream of CDL information. Then I was kicking into like No Man's Sky or Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
That's been my week.
There you go. So give him a follow too. talk to that guy. And then Pingus is just a dude that likes to wear my T-shirt and play D&D with me. So he's also one of my mod. They have the vintage one, the one that says Mixer.com on it.
Ooh.
Oh, vintage.
Very vintage. But my dearest cultants, if you enjoyed what you watched, make sure you drop a follow on me and drop a follow on every one of my players that we just shouted out there. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yay. I'll be there on time.
2 weeks is the 4th. Well, we may move it to 6:30, but we'll talk about that. It's one of the things I wanted to discuss, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So that's going to be the 4th of June. Holy crap!
Wow.
It's almost June.
I know. Wow.
We're halfway through the year. I don't know where the first half went, but that's fine. But if you enjoyed it, drop us a follow. We do this every 2 weeks, unless something crazy happens to one and or all of us. And then this will be dropped on YouTube before next weekend or by next weekend. Normally, so you'll see it. The VOD's on the YouTube. And that's all the things that are going on. Again, I want to say special thanks to Sirenscape, who provides the background music and sounds that you hear. In addition to that, I also want to thank Fantasy Grounds as our virtual tabletop of choice. And so we will see y'all later. I want to thank y'all for hanging out. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Remember, you only have one life to live. So does everyone else around you. Try to make their lives better. And what it was when you got there at a minimum, just don't make it worse. I will see y'all. Have a great night, and stay out of trouble? Question mark?
The eye rests. It has shown you all it can for now. This is not a time for sorrow, but a time for joy. When one chapter ends, another must always begin. Ponder upon the lessons you have just witnessed, and heed its wisdom. Apply it to your lives. Go forth. Be well, and do good towards the others that enter your story. Let your chapter and their book